Okay, so as people join in, let's begin. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the ninth episode of Unbox Chat Show. We have Khyati and Aryan with us. Hi, Khyati. Hi, Aryan.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello,
Hi.
ma'am.
Hi. So, just to give a little introduction of Khyati. So, Khyati is studying in her 11th grade and she's studying in the Delhi Public School, Nacharam, Hyderabad. She's an avid reader. She loves to read and she loves the Harry Potter series and she enjoys painting, poetry, basketball, and the badminton. Then we have Aryan as well. Aryan, hi, Aryan.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Aryan Korte. He is studying in the first year BTech Gitanjali College of Engineering and Technology. He also loves to play badminton, cricket, basketball, and he plays the piano and loves to solve the Rubik Cube. Those of you who have been following our programs, I'm sure you would have met Arya, who is the twin brother of Aryan in one of the previous talk shows that we've had. So welcome all of you to this. Just to give you a little update, a little introduction about Unbox team. So we are a group of passionate professionals from the L&D Hyderabad chapter under the aegis of the People Craft, and we have a common goal, which is to create a positive change in the society. So our mission, basically the mission of Unbox is basically to elevate confidence, reduce stress, and also to prevent suicides amongst the students. And I am your host today. My name is Sabina Meduri. I'm the MD of Meduri Global Inspection Services. I'm also the director of L&D Hyderabad Global chapter. And we're going to be here together for the next 1 hour. So let's get into our discussion. I still have some more people joining in. Good evening, everybody, from all of us. So let's begin. So Khyati, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Khyati and Aryan, for taking time out to share with our viewers. What are the challenges that we students are facing these days, and how do you think we can mitigate those challenges? So let's begin with you, Aryan.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So, Aryan, can you share with us what do you think are the challenges that we see these days with the online classes? What do you think the young are increasingly facing today?
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, before the pandemic, in the traditional classroom, if students, if they had any problem with their curriculum, they used to resolve them quickly, either during the lecture or during the dedicated hours. And, they had the face-to-face interactions with their professors. But now
Right.
in the online classes, the doubts are not getting resolved and the classes are back to back. So with this, the
Right.
student remains isolated and he has to manage things by himself.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't he doesn't get that time. He has to be independent by himself. So, and with this, what I feel is that they don't have time to catch up with friends. In the structured environment we used to discuss on various issues with our friends, and now because of it, they're lacking support.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Khyati, would you like to add to some of
Yes,
problems that
ma'am.
you face in academics?
Yes, ma'am. I think one of the main problems is distractions because
Mm-hmm.
nowadays classes are online. So all the students have access to gadgets and they can easily Google up stuff. Honestly, even whenever I feel like I'm zoning out, sometimes I just browse some websites or watch some YouTube videos. And
Okay.
another major problem is that there is no deterrent. Like the
Mm-hmm.
humiliation we would have faced if we didn't complete our work or our homework or something, and the teacher would send us out of the class, compared to the humiliation, like now it's just a teacher scolding you online. So people feel that it's very light, like chalta hai, and there's nothing, like there's no repercussion. And
Mm-hmm.
one more problem is that a lot of students they adopt malpractices and dishonest methods in exams.
Okay.
So these have a lot of detrimental effects as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right. Yeah, what you've shared
And
is
whenever I feel like I'm zoning.
whatever you shared is true in the sense that people are getting distracted, etc. And what Aryan also has mentioned we do see students increasingly, and like you said, you also face that kind of a situation. So have you thought about what do you do? I'm very curious to know, what do you normally do when such things happen? Do you have any solutions for it? Let's start with you, Kathy.
Yes, ma'am. So, firstly, I would like to bring out a few effects of these problems that students they feel disinterested in studies because the classes might not be that interactive, and they lose motivation to study, and they stop enjoying classes, and then they feel and now another problem is that they lose that sense of urgency. Like now that and they're also um, the time management skills is
Mm-hmm.
also deteriorating now that they have to submit stuff and online, and students don't usually do that on time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
one of the methods that I adopted was when I got distracted, I told myself and that this is not correct, and I realized that if I don't pay attention right now, then my 12th grade will be affected, and then my board exams will be affected, and that will lead to my future as well. And I
Mm-hmm.
realized that it is very important to pay attention right now and not get distracted.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried this method, which is very interesting. I told myself that if I don't get distracted in one particular class today, I'll give myself a reward at the end of the day, like maybe just a chocolate, or maybe spend some time with my friend on the call and talk to her.
Okay.
So I think this is a very effective method which you all could definitely try. And
Right.
the most important thing in the tests is that you have to remember that these assessments are for you and not for Google.
Mm-hmm.
So do do try to do them on your own, and these tests are there for you so that you can test how well are you paying attention in class, and are you able to cope up and manage these online classes. And if you do not pay attention now, the only person who's going to suffer is you. Your teachers won't get affected, your parents or your friends won't be affected, but the only person is going to be affected is you. So you have to keep that in mind, and
Mm-hmm.
I think start working hard now.
Okay. All right. That's very interesting. I like that space where you said that you give chocolates, so that's really helpful because it's like rewarding yourself, and it really helps when you reward ourselves, because all of us know that we have this monkey mind, right, where we kind of get carried away. So when we have some kind of a reward, it's more like you're rewarding yourself for something good that you've done. So that really helps, and thank you, Kyati. And I like the other bit that you said about the self talk, right? The self talk is something that you talk to yourself and you tell yourself that this will work or this doesn't work. And you're trying to motivate yourself. So I think that's lovely. And I hope some of our viewers can take that away, to try it out and see if that works for them when they need to work on those aspects. What about you, Aryan? Do you have anything, any tricks up your sleeve that you use, or some tips that you can share with us?
Yes, ma'am. So now in the structured environment, we had the access to libraries and various materials. So we had the silent hours where the students used to come. They used to resort to different books and they used to discuss on various topics. But now these materials are in the form of PDFs. So what happens is that now in my college, sir used to send us PDFs of the textbook. I have to sit for long hours in front of the screen, reading and cracking the concepts. Due to which I feel disinterested. So this is the reason where the students, they're falling behind on grades. They get demotivated, and they don't find interest in their subjects. So even
Mm-hmm.
they hesitate to ask doubts during the session because they feel humiliated, or they're too afraid to fail, or maybe what would professor tell them, or maybe due to various issues. So what I make sure is that whenever my classes are over, ma'am gives us 5 minutes time that you can ask various doubts. So I make sure that I do ask my doubt, because
Mm-hmm.
it's the responsibility of a person to gain knowledge, and from every means and every measures, it is you who has to try hard. You have to believe in yourself. As Kyati mentioned, that they stop believing in themselves, because we have to make sure that people excel at different times. So I clarify my doubts, and maybe to through various modes of applications, let it be the chat box. I will call up my friend, or maybe personally I will ask my teacher to clear the doubt. My teacher would clarify it maybe in the next session. And what happens is that um, uh, with all these things, the academics part, considering the academic part, it becomes a major issue, because now what's happening is that the student who's reluctant to ask anything, he loses hope, and he doesn't give up. He gives up and he doesn't try again. So one thing we have to make sure that you have to your mind should think harder than your emotions. So that is the one basics, I would say, remedy. So due to which, you would feel interested, and you would have the motivation to do something again and again.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you. So these are a few solutions that the two of you have. Yes, Khyati.
May I add a few points?
Sure, please go ahead.
What Aryan just said reminded me that every week we have these doubt sessions, half an hour doubt sessions at the end of the day, and students can just open up and ask their teachers about questions. So I think this is an interesting solution. So you can jot down all your doubts throughout the day, and then every week, every day we have a different teacher, different subject teacher, and they clarify our doubts. And another thing that I wanted to mention for the malpractices and in exams is that one of my friends recently told me that there's this kiosk technology which his institute uses. So they lock up all the apps except the Zoom call or the Cisco, whichever you need, whichever platform you need for the online class. And this prevents students from getting distracted because they don't have access to all the other apps. And another thing that our school uses is that they have given us an email ID, and we can log into that throughout the day, and we can access the test paper only if we log in. And the school has access to whatever is going on because they are the server of the email ID, so they know that if we browse something. So I think maybe we can combine these two technologies and make something new.
Okay, nice. That's nice.
Ma'am.
So yes, Aryan. So a lot of
Yes, ma'am.
points
So
solutions coming there. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So as Khyati mentioned about malpractices, one thing a student, should lay strong emphasis on this quote. The quote goes as follows: integrity is doing something when no one is watching. So, what happens is that they resort to Google, for their help. For time being, it will help you, but in the future, what's the guarantee that Google will help you again and again? So that's just, that's the thing which a student, even myself, even I do the same thing. When sir give us a surprise problem, so I make sure that I try my level best, because sir tells us that if you're not able to solve it, you ask me, I will explain it again. But don't open your notebook, check the formulas and all. So that's the important thing which I wanted to focus on.
All right, great. So lovely solutions coming there, Khyati and Aryan, to tackle with the major problem of academics and the falling of grades of academics. Anything else that you'd like to add, Khyati, before we can move on and see if some of our audience would like to share some questions or some solutions that's been working for them?
Yes. Yes, I think that you have to give your best because that's what's important. And we go to school and we learn things to improve ourselves. So if you change your mindset and if you think in the right direction that I do not have to cheat, and if you're self-driven, then I think you can achieve anything.
All right, right.
Ma'am?
Thank you. Yes.
I have few things to share. So students should inculcate all these qualities, which are positive mindset, grit, determination, dedication, and perseverance. Because whatever the dire circumstances you are in, it is your attitude, it's your self-belief and self-confidence, which can overcome any hurdles and obstacles which are coming in your way.
Okay, great. So that's nice. All right. Okay, so lovely there, Khyati and Aryan. I was just looking at the comments there. So hi Ravindra, hi Amrita. So we see a lot of more people joining in. Any questions from the audience or any solutions that the audience have? Please do post your solutions or something that your children have been using, or something that you as a student find it useful, do share with us. We have a couple of minutes that we'll take questions here. We would know who all are here online. All right. Well, while people are typing in for some solutions that they might have, or the questions, let's move on to the next major challenge. The next major challenge, and I would like to invite Khyati to share. So now that we've discussed academics and the problems that we face in the academics section and the effects of the academic section, like you've mentioned, it could be the falling of grades, being disinterested, all of that. And you've also shared a lot many solutions for us to pull up our socks and get back on track in terms of academics. Let's move on to the next challenge. So, Khyati, what do you think is the next major challenge that students face because of these online classes?
I feel that emotional wellness and their self-confidence, that people, that students lose their self-confidence because of these online classes. I think that's another issue which we can discuss.
Okay, sure. So go ahead. So in terms of self-confidence and in terms of emotional wellness, what have you noticed, whether it's with you or your friends or your team members, what have you noticed?
I have realized that a lot of students hesitate in turning on their video. I think that the main reason is because they're not confident enough. They don't believe in themselves. They don't think that they're capable enough. And students also refrain from answering questions. Even though they know the answer, they feel that, oh, what if it's wrong? They're afraid of being judged. And they feel that my friends will make fun of me. So they don't prefer to answer in class. And because of that, the classes are becoming very less interactive. And then everybody feels bored and they zone out. And like I said, they feel disinterested in the subjects because of their self-confidence also.
Okay. Have you ever faced this kind of a situation that you are also zoning out and you're also getting bored? Let's be honest.
Yes, I have felt this, and sometimes even in physics class, even though I know the answer, I feel I hesitate a bit before answering, or maybe I just answer in the chat box. So I think yes, to a great extent, I have.
Okay, you have. So, so with this, what do you think is the solution for this? People zoning out, or people getting bored, or people switching off the cameras? Do you have anything that you've tried, some tricks that you've tried that you'd like to share with us that's worked in your favor?
Yes, ma'am. First, I think the first thing is you have to believe in yourself, because if you put your mind to it, if you give your 100%, I'm sure you can achieve anything. There's this tag that this person is the topper and I can't do it. So I think first of all, you have to remove that misconception from your mind and stop thinking of that person as the topper, and try to imagine yourself in that place and tell yourself that if I give my 100%, if I give my best, I definitely can achieve more than anyone. And another thing, I would like to share one incident. Last year in 10th grade, we had this subject, social science. And that was my dreaded subject. Like, I used to think of it as a burden. And I felt that the portion was very vast. But I told myself that, if I try, if I at least I focus on it more than maybe the other subjects, then maybe I can achieve something. And I tried really hard. I worked on it. And I did score well in my board exams.
Okay.
I would also like to share another incident. Recently, I'm a huge fan of Harry Potter series. So recently, I was reading the book, like rereading it, and I got a new idea for the ending. And I told my mother, and I said that this I would like to write this idea, but I'm not that great, and why would anybody want to read my ideas? But my mother told me, what if J.K. Rowling had thought of that? What if she said that why would anybody want to read my books? then we would never have had the Harry Potter series. So stop thinking that you can't do anything and start believing in yourself. Look at these examples of Lionel Messi, Virat Kohli, J.K. Rowling. All of these people did not become what they are just by thinking that, oh, I wish I could do it. They had to work hard, they had dedication and perseverance, and they gave in their best. I would like to mention this quote by Lionel Messi, one of my favorite football players. He said, I start early and I stay late. It took me it took me 17 years and 114 days to become an overnight success. So it doesn't happen overnight. You have to work hard and give in your best.
Okay. Yes, that's very profound that you've just shared, Khyati, on ensuring that it's not an overnight success, and you have to have the perseverance and be committed. So we have a comment by Lekha. Lekha says, or it could be students take cover without the video, easier to doze off. So when we're talking about, I think the problems that we face, So yes, it's a nice hiding zone. So you kind of you switch off the cameras, you're not noticed. While in online class, I mean in offline class and in classroom session, the teacher can see your expressions and the teacher can figure out whether you're listening, whether you're zoned out, or the teacher might just call your name, say, or you might have a question mark on your face, and the teacher can figure that out. So all these things are not there anymore. So yes, a student can easily doze off. Lekha has a lovely comment for you, Khyati. Kudos to your mom. Love the analogy of Rowling and Harry Potter. Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, very profound there. So yes, for all parents, if we can encourage our children, saying that if we want to do it, we can do anything, and we just need to have that belief that we can do whatever we want to, and have that push and the drive. Okay, Aryan, would you like to share something how we can work on this area of our confidence levels going down and our emotional well-being not being in the top?
Yes, ma'am, definitely. So if something didn't work well, if we take a new project or we cannot lead from the front, we feel low and dejected. So now we get into shell, we feel that we are good for nothing. We resign to the fact that we are nobody. So in fact, we stop believing in ourselves. So this so happened with me. I would like to share an incident. It happened with me during 10th class that I was not that interested in mathematics. So what used to happen is that I don't practice mathematics regularly at that time. So I would not be able to answer any question which ma'am used to ask me in the class. And even I scored, very less marks in mathematics, and ma'am scolded me for she knew that I was good at mathematics. I had that strong foundation. I was, I had the strong basics with me, but still, there were few chapters which did not want me to put efforts on those chapters. So then my friend told me that since I don't think so that you are poor in mathematics, you are so, you are, you know the basics. Only thing is that make sure that you practice, because we know that practice makes a man perfect. So go, you have to practice mathematics regularly. Apart from NCERT, start solving various questions from the guides, maybe sample papers. If you have any doubt, come ask, ask it to the ma'am. So the moment the friend gave me this advice, then the next 2 months I started working on it. I practiced, more rigorous manner, I would rather say. Then I scored very well in my boards. I scored 95%. So it's not only, concerned with your academics. Maybe you can learn singing, dancing, or painting. Maybe online you can learn that how to, go with a fine stroke, or maybe in the singing, how to go with the high notes. It all depends on your, it all depends on you. Sorry to say. And then one thing what happened with me is that and no, even I had the same strategy when I came to 11th and 12th, and I never felt that mathematics was too boring. It required your mind and your determination, dedication towards it. And okay, so it was all during the offline classes. What happens if the education switched to online classes? Now our 2 units have been completed in mathematics, and one question have 10 marks. They carry weightage of 10 marks. and this did not make me find any excuse for not concentrating. Whenever sir used to give us surprise problems, I used to solve them in the chat box, or maybe I would switch on my video, or maybe I would unmute my audio, and I would rather be quick to say the answer. So so on the self confidence, I would uh, rather quote this. Maybe a quote, the Hussein Bolt remarked this, that you have to trust yourself because you know more than what you think you do. So I would rather agree with this, because we know that in the 2011 Diego World Championship, due to false start, Hussein Bolt was eliminated because everyone knew that he was going to win this race. Apart from Justin Gatlin and Johan Blake, we know that he was the fastest runner. Then he worked hard. He worked for long hours. The next 1 year, he with full passion he worked towards it. Then comes the 2012 London Olympics, and there were 64 athletes participating from 71 different countries. It was not a joke for him, because after so much gap, he had to retain his championship. So then came the final race, and he knew that the false start could he would make him eliminated. So then that was a start, and that was a perfect start. He ran with full dedication, and then it was a victory. Everyone were quite dumbstruck, and they were quite shocked with this achievement. So with this, I would like to quote one thing: what is self-determination? So with respect to Usain Bolt, he invested 20 years of his hard work only to run for just 10 seconds in the race. So that was all about Usain Bolt. So let it be concerned with anything, academics, singing, painting, dancing. Even I solved Rubik's Cube through maybe online YouTube videos. So there's there's a statistical data that only 7% of people can solve Rubik's Cube, but I don't agree with this. It's very difficult to learn online Rubik's Cube through online, but I did it. 80% I learned it, and 20% I told my friend, can you tell me another algorithm which I can replace it, so that I can, improve my speed, increase my speed power.
So what I get to understand, Aryan, is that all of us have these lows, and all of us go through a phase where we are not, exploring our potential. So what you're trying to say is that if we get set our minds and hearts to do something, we are able to achieve it, and that should help in pulling up our confidence levels and for us to feel emotionally well stable.
Yes,
and I like the point that you shared about a friend. So that reminds me that one word or one word of encouragement, or a friend who's there beside us. You don't need to have hundreds of friends or dozens of friends. Even if you have one friend that tells you that you can do it and you are capable of doing something, you have the potential in you. And if the friend tries and pushes you to do your best, I think that goes a long way. And I think that's something that all of us students, who are listening in, can keep that in mind, that if we have that one kind of a friend who kind of encourages and pushes us to reach our potential, I think that will go a long way in helping us with our self-confidence and, emotional wellness. All right. Okay, we have Snehal. Hi, Snehal. Hi, this is Harsh. I have watched a video on Ronaldo. I'm a football lover. He said that no one's born rich or born with a lot of millions of money. Rather, he said you have to work hard to take yourself to the top, because he was a street cleaner, or by his struggle now, he's a World Cup footballer. So we should work hard. Thank you so much for that comment, Snehal. We have another comment, which is: how can students focus on class when they have the easy access to social media side by side? Very interesting and imperative question there, Nisha. Would any one of you like to answer that? We have the access to social media all the time. So how do you control that urge?
Yes, I would like to answer that. I think if you don't want to use the tricks which I mentioned before, you can maybe use an app or something to control your urge, or otherwise you have to change your mindset. And I mentioned it before that it's all in the mind. So if you believe that I want to score well and I want to know how much I can do, I want to reach the best of my potential, then maybe itself, if it comes from within, then you will yourself control the urge and you will stop doing all that, because you'll understand that if you do not pay attention, then it'll not, it's no benefit. You might get that short-lived happiness or that immediate gratification, but in the long run, it is not going to benefit you. So you have to keep that in mind. Or if this doesn't work out for you, maybe you can try a challenge sort of thing. So maybe you can challenge your sibling or your friend, that you can play a game and you can say that, let's see if I keep off social media, maybe like for 3 days continuously, or you can maintain a streak.
Right. Yeah, that's quite interesting, Khyati. And also that reminds me that, yeah, even we have social media. Like I work and in between we kind of want to check. So even if there's a meeting going on, we have this urge to check on social media, etc. But it's your personal determination. If you want to keep it away, you kind of keep it away. So I think it's all to do with your personal determination, and take it up as a challenge. And like Khyati mentioned, that give yourself an award, give yourself a reward, saying that if this is my determination for this week, I'm going to spend just about these many hours on social media, and then I'll give myself a reward of maybe catching up on a movie or catching up with something that I love. I think that might also help. All right. All right, Lekha has something for you, Aryan. Aryan, I think that tip was valuable to re-energize. Children should not only focus on studies 100% of the time, they can increase their focus by perfecting a sport or a musical instrument or a talent. Of course, not as an obsession, but as a break. Absolutely, absolutely,
Definitely,
Lekha.
I agree with this.
I think Aryan and Khyati will agree to that, because I think they read, they have a lot of sports that they indulge in, and also they have some hobbies like reading and solving Rubik's Cube and playing the piano as well. So thank you for that. So Nishad says, thanks, Khyati. Challenging friend is wonderful advice. This is really going to be really helpful. Yeah, we see all kinds of challenges going on the internet. You have, what are the recent challenges? I think Khyati and Aryan should be telling all the internet challenges or the Insta challenges that you have. You can, why not start a challenge, be the leader in the pack, and you start off a challenge about keeping social media at bay. Why not? That's just a random thought that just crossed my mind. In case something else comes up, Khyati and Aryan, do share in case you have some other ways of starting a challenge. Maybe you all can start the challenge. Why not? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah. All right. Lovely. So that's something that we'll look forward to. So any questions from our audience? Let me just check. So we'll take a break here. Okay, Nishat says the J.K. Rowling reference was lovely. We have Seema Khan. Hi, Seema. We have Mridula Das. Hi, Mridula. Amrita. Hi. Great. Any questions? Please post your questions. So while our audience comes up with questions or comments, there's something that I'd like to share with the audience, something called as the mirror exercise. Aryan and Khyati, have you heard of the mirror exercise? So this is something that since I also conduct a lot of training programs across the city, there's a, especially to increase the self-confidence bit, there is something called as the mirror exercise. You have to kind of put a mirror in front of you or look at yourself in the mirror and tell some very empowering statements, okay? Make a statement like, I am, powerful, I have the ability to do this, I am smart, I am, intelligent, or something that you think that you need help with. So those are the words that you need to use when you're giving yourself these powerful statements. I can do this, or I can win this. I'm going to be able to, achieve this. So if you can look at yourself in the mirror and tell these statements, it's more like an affirmation. It's called an affirmation technique. You tell these statements to yourself. Every cell in your body starts believing it. And there's a lot of science. We're not going to get into the science aspect, but, people say that what you think become your thoughts, and your thoughts then become words, and words become your actions. So be mindful about what you're telling yourself. Okay, if you tell yourself, I'm worthless, I'm good for nothing, if the professor is asking the question, let the topper answer, I can sit back and relax because I'm not meant to answer. If you have that kind of an attitude, then it's really going to sink in and you'll never be able to, get out of that shell. to answer questions. So that's something that you can try, the mirror exercise. Okay. All right, we have another comment. Moving from a disciplined environment to a lesser disciplined environment has an impact on learning. How can we cope up with this? Any tips? Okay. So we were in the disciplined environment and now we've moved into a non-disciplined environment. So any quick tips there? So I know, Aryan and Khyati, you shared about your drive, your self-talk, your determination that helps, and your positive mindset that also helps. You can also have a friend that you can partner with and buddy with and decide that you're going to be doing things together, maybe to encourage each other. Is there anything else that you have as tips to help in this undisciplined or indisciplined environment?
Yes, ma'am. I definitely agree with the audience. Like they said, that even I've realized that my efficiency has reduced a lot. Like earlier, when we went to regular school, I used to wake up around 15-20 minutes before my bus came and I could get ready quickly. But nowadays, I wake up 45 minutes before and I just have to stay at home. I don't even have to travel. So
Right.
definitely our efficiency has reduced. So maybe a thing which you can try is make a time limit, make a timetable and decide, like allocate tasks that you want to do, and because that will bring back the discipline in you. If you assign task and if you assign yourself some time to spend relaxing. And I also feel that taking breaks is important, because if you keep studying and then you lose it, then you just lose your interest, and then you feel like you feel relaxed and then you become complacent. So I think the main problem, we are becoming not disciplined. The main reason for that is because maybe we aren't taking enough breaks. So maybe try taking breaks and set a timetable for yourself.
Okay, all right. With online classes, doesn't group sharing and peer learning reduce? How do you cope?
No, I'll take this.
Yes, sure, Aryan.
So I don't think so that you require your friends to be present in front of you in a physical environment. You have, as I previously said, you have various modes, like you can be on a conference call, or you can call to that friend personally using video call, and you can discuss on various issues. So it's all depends on you, that how will you how will you have that approach in solving a problem. And
Right.
doesn't Yes, ma'am, definitely. So these are the things which a student can inculcate.
Correct. So there is, we obviously can't ensure that it's the same kind of environment because nothing beats the environment. I'm sure Khyati and Aryan and the rest of the students will agree that having, the classroom sessions are the best way to learn, right? Because all of us agree that we don't have those little 5 minutes chat that we have with our friends, or some question that the professor asks us, or some concept that the professor or the teacher shares. If we don't have the right understanding, we quickly ask them, "Ye kya ho gaya?" or something like that, right? Can you discuss this? Or you have those group discussions. All of us just catch up together before an exam, and we kind of share. And those kind of learnings are missing these days. But yes, like you said, Aryan, you can always substitute that with the online, meetings that you have with your team members. And I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
that moves also to the social aspect, right? There's another challenge that I think, Aryan, you had shared, that the social aspect is also another thing that a lot of children are missing out on, and a lot of students are missing out on. Before we get into the next challenge, are there any questions in the audience? Can I also request the audience to share this video on your pages, so we can have more students joining us? Yeah, and being a part of this program. Okay, and those of you who just joined in, we are looking at how to overcome the challenges of online schooling. So Khyati has already mentioned, Khyati and Aryan have also already mentioned about academics being hit majorly because of these online schooling, and they've also shared with us the solutions that they have, things that they can work around with to ensure that their grades don't fall and they continue some kind of learning. We obviously can't substitute the online classes with the actual live sessions that we have, but this is the best that we can do, and there has to be a workaround. And we've also spoken about confidence levels going down and our emotional well-being going down, because emotionally we're so connected with our friends and our teachers. Sometimes we walk up to the professor. I remember when I was in college and school, if there was something that was bothering me, I would catch my favorite teacher and share with the teacher about what I'm going through, or ask for some suggestions. I think that's something that we're missing out on. But yes, Kathy.
I have another tip for self-confidence, to boost your self-confidence. I
Right.
think you should stop comparing yourself to other people, because I used to do that, and I used to feel that, oh, I'm not good enough. And
Mm-hmm.
like, we had this basketball championship, and I
Mm-hmm.
was a junior over there, and my seniors had gone along with me. So I
Okay.
felt that I'm not as good as them, and
Mm-hmm.
that affected my playing as well, because I couldn't play as well as I could. Like, I couldn't live up to my potential because of that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely think that it's all in the mind, and once you change your mindset, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to start somewhere. Like,
Right.
if you just keep wishing, oh, I wish I could also answer like her,
Mm-hmm.
that's not an option. You have to start somewhere. Maybe start participating at least in the chat box, and then gradually work your way up, like participating
Yeah.
in discussions in class.
Yeah. And to add to your point, Kathy, maybe a little bit of self-talk, maybe the mirror exercise, just tell yourself. So the belief system is very important. So once we start believing in that, I think then we'll take the next step ahead. Okay. Harsh, here I want to share a small story that in lockdown there were no tuitions, and I'm poor in math. So by this lockdown, I became more poor. So my mom suggested to take suggestions from Aryan Kote, as he's excellent in maths, and he is my cousin. So he made my maths clear now and feels easy in solving maths. So thanks, Aryan Bhaiya. All right. So that's to you, Aryan. So good,
So
you've got that.
whatever strategy I used to follow, I guided him to the same strategy. And
Mhm.
definitely, whenever he had doubts, he's so enthusiastic because he's
Mhm.
always passionate about his studies. He's
Mhm.
single-mindedly focusing on one thing. He's dedicated towards doing anything.
Mhm.
He follows his daily routine in a perfect manner. So I was really
Mhm.
glad, that I had my cousin asking me doubt, and myself solving those questions, because for 2 months, we both sat with the subject, and we discussed on various issues.
Mhm.
Now he himself can solve problems better than me, so that's
Okay,
the
that's nice.
yes.
That's really nice. And I think that brings us to a very important point there, Aryan, which
Yes,
is
ma'am.
that mentorship, that support and
Mm.
mentorship. So if we are falling behind in our grades, or we feel that we are lacking in terms of self-confidence, or we're not emotionally strong, and we kind of get very perturbed by things, or we're just crying, all of a sudden, not knowing what the reason is. I think looking out for some one person that we can hold on to as a mentor or as a support system, I think that really helps. Could be in the form of your parents, could be an uncle, could be an aunt, could be a senior or cousin, or maybe your junior also in school. And if we can be that one person for another person, if somebody can look up to us for that kind of a trust and help,
Yes, ma'am.
I think it would be brilliant if we can also provide that kind of support to somebody. So thank you for bringing that important point
Ma'am, I
as
have
well.
something to add, ma'am.
Yes, sure.
Yes, ma'am. So, no, we have to first analyze what's the reason behind low self-esteem. So, I think with
Mhm.
this simple, abbreviation,
Mhm.
it's strong enough to, motivate the students. So,
Okay.
what do you understand by fear? So, fear,
Mhm.
for you, it might be a four-letter word, but for me, fear is nothing but face everything and rise, but not forget everything and run. So
Right.
that what a student has to understand. Let it be in any situation, you have to overcome them, and definitely you will come out of it.
Great. That's brilliant, Aryan. Thank you for sharing that you need to
Thank you.
face everything and rise. Yes, Khyati?
I just want to add that I've realized that 9 out of 10 times, if I
Mhm.
give my best, then I do succeed in whatever I'm trying to do. So you just have to give your best, and everything else will fall into place. Don't worry about what people will think or what will happen. Just give your best. That's what's important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that also reminds, So your best need not be, I know, Khyati, or you are an amazing student and you get grades that I can't even imagine getting those kind of grades. I never got the kind of grades that you've been getting all my school life and student life. But yes, to the best of the potential is something that we need to highlight, that it's not necessary that you get 100% or you get a 90+% itself. If your potential is getting a 60 plus, or if your potential is getting a 70 plus, so be it. You better do your best to your potential. That's key, and that's very important. So thank you for that. And that also reminds me that for your confidence to rise up, when you have somebody saying that you can definitely make a whole lot of change. I'm sure, Khyati, even you've seen that kind of a change in yourself. Aryan, you've seen that change.
Yes.
I
Yes,
can
ma'am.
share a personal incident where I was a very shy kind of a person, and I used to be very quiet in my school and college as well initially. Then I had this one friend, like I mentioned earlier, come along and say, "No, you can do a lot, many things." And it was only the belief that the friend instilled in me, and I started telling myself, "Yes, I can do it." Like Kathy said, if you think you don't do well, don't just believe in yourself. And then from that kind of a person to be the head of the college, it was a big journey for me. So I think after that there was no looking back, right? So I'm sure all of us can have those kind of incidents, and the main thing is we need to start believing in ourselves. All right, great. So the next challenge that you were talking about, Aryan, about the social life. So how has the social life gotten impacted with this online schooling? You've
Yes,
just
ma'am.
joined college, right? So do you find any difference not being able to
Yes,
join
ma'am.
college?
I find a lot of difference because now I've joined college, and there were friends which were no, I could not make friends because
Mhm,
I did not know how to interact with them, how to start a conversation. When we
mhm.
were in the offline environment, we face to face, we had the interaction, and somewhat like we had the topic, which would pop out, and we used to discuss on it. But now even my if I compare myself, my brother is look, he talks to everyone, and he's the
Okay.
one who starts the conversation. And I'm not the one to start start talking to others.
College,
But looking at
right.
him during online classes, the like the way how he starts responding, and comes up with a doubt, and looking at him, I got motivated. And the moment if I if I had to ask anything to my friend, I would do it immediately. And it all depends on the person. If you are in a good environment, if you are with good people, you immediately get so motivated that you follow the same things.
Right, right. Yes, that's nice. Would you, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. One thing I wanted to add is that now that students are are getting into seclusion, they feel loner. So, but
Mhm.
this was not the case with me because I had my brother as pillar of support, and he helped me in at all times. And even I had my friends. You had my friends who started conversing with me. Slowly, we had many interactive calls. We discussed on various topics. We have many activities which were conducted. So this is how I maybe the first week I was too hesitant to talk, but now I can say that I'm open to all. If you want, I can converse with everyone, and just talk to them.
Okay, all right. So any solutions from your end, Kathy? On
Yes.
even you have joined school recently, and even you miss out on the social life. So anything that you're doing to ensure that it doesn't take a beating?
Yes, I joined DPS in 11th grade, and I
Mm-hmm.
just gave my interview. I went to the
Mm-hmm.
school once,
Mm-hmm.
and in April there was a lockdown, so I never actually went to the school except the one time when I went to give the test.
Okay.
So I initially it was hard to make friends online because I couldn't really interact with them or talk to them. But I
Mm-hmm.
think one thing I would suggest is make an informal chat group like WhatsApp or Instagram with
Mm-hmm.
your whole class so that you
Okay.
can at least break the ice and get to know each other a little better.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that you can also have meetings like fortnightly meetings, conference calls, and you can, if you do not know what to talk about, maybe you can just start discussing issues or problems, or maybe even your doubts which you have in class or something related to studies.
Right.
And I think another problem is that a lot of students find it difficult to adapt to this new environment, because
Mhm.
earlier the school was an environment, the environment of the school was such that where we enjoyed with our friends, but at the same time we had that nervousness for the exams and that tension and that strict discipline thing. But
Mhm.
home was a place where we always enjoyed. So now
Right.
we give our tests and exams in a place where we are quite comfortable and we are
Right.
quite relaxed and chilled out.
Right.
So it might be
Yeah, the
difficult to.
seriousness, correct. The seriousness is not there. Yes, that's true. It's not there.
Ma'am.
So
Yes.
I have a.
So adding to Kyati's point that we can have various informal sessions on the conference
Mm-hmm.
call. Like
Mm-hmm.
I would like to add a few. We can have the Damsaraj, or we can have the
Mm-hmm.
Antakshari, or maybe we can have the
Mm-hmm.
memory power games. There are various games, or else you can have the
Right.
singing session. You can exhibit your talent you are good at, and
So
you can.
basically, to have a structure. So even
Yes.
if you're constantly, even so, you need to decide the frequencies well, because your parents are going to be like, you're getting too many. Any which ways, you're having online classes, right? And after that, you're
Mm.
having these sessions. So maybe you can have an agenda saying today is the time for, like you said, Antakshari, or some kind of game where you're doing like Damshrads, etc. So that will
Yes.
ensure that your social interaction continues to be there. Because I remember I read an article recently that children are becoming more and more reclusive. They are not happy to come out. They want to run back homes, and they're not
Yes.
happy staying out, right, for long. And they feel very uncomfortable, and awkwardness sets in when they see many people around. Yeah, that's a nice idea, Aryan. Yes, Kathy?
Yes, I had a solution for the problem of adapting. So,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, you have to accept the fact that change is inevitable. You have to
Mm-hmm.
accept it with an open mind. You can't just say
Mm.
that, oh no, I don't want to, I don't enjoy it, and I don't want to stay in these online classes. I want to go back, because that is not possible. So, you have to
Correct.
accept that. And
Right.
another thing that you can try is get used to this kind of environment. So, what
Yes.
I did was I joined this club, Gavel Club, which is
Mm-hmm.
a younger version of Toastmasters Club, and
Mm-hmm.
I joined the organizing committee. And we
Okay.
learn leadership skills and public speaking, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a wonderful opportunity. And that also helped me get used to the technology and adapt to that
Right.
environment. So that is
Right.
one thing that
That's
you all can try out.
Yes, that's very interesting. Thank you. We have Amrita saying once you start accepting your skills, you won 80%. Yes, all of us can't, like you said, we shouldn't compare ourselves with each other, but we must compare ourselves to ourselves and see we are at this
Yes.
point, where have we moved, from this point to that point. And not everybody will have the same kind of skills. So, very rightly spoken. And Amrita, we agree with you that once you start accepting your skills, like Aryan might have a certain skill, Kathy might have a certain skill, I have a certain skill. And what I think we need to remember, and what I also tell my participants in some of my programs, that there is you are unique in the way that there is just one you, right? Kyati Gulati, with the kind of education that she's gone through, or the kind of environment that she's brought up in, and with the kind of passion that she has or hobbies that she follows, there's just one Kyati Gulati in this entire world. So with Aryan also, right? You are just one and unique. So with me, I'm very happy also that Sabina Meduri is very unique, so nobody shares the kind of combination of the name that I do. But apart from that, I have begun to realize that uh, yeah, I am different. I am unique and different. There cannot be another Sabina Meduri with what my education qualification background or my interests or hobbies or whatever, right? So if I think if this is one point that all of our students have in mind, I think that automatically will boost our confidence, and we'll be able to be more sociable. Lekha says some companies have started child engagement for their employees. So one employee's daughter who is okay. Levin was matched with another employee's daughter in okay to assist in science online. All right, that's lovely. That's actually a very nice way of ensuring. So what we were talking about, the mentorship and having a buddy, somebody you can reach out to. I think that peer learning is very important, because that helps. Like Aryan, your cousin would have found it very comfortable speaking to you rather than having a tuition teacher who is
Yes, ma'am.
from a particular institute or who's serious, etc. With you, he can just be himself and say, okay, Aryan, mujhe ye samajh mein nahi aata hai. Okay, and
Yes,
then
ma'am.
you like solve. Yeah, that's very nice suggestion there, Lekha. I think we can look at that. The parents who are watching this can also see that how we can kind of ensure that they buddy up with somebody senior, so that both ways it helps. For the senior student, it helps having somebody that somebody's looking up to and being a mentor, and for the youngster, it's nice that they have an idol that they can look up to and learn from. Um,
Ma'am, one
okay.
thing I would like to add, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am,
Aryan.
as you told that we have to not compare with others, you have to compare with ourselves. So we have to
Mhm.
make sure that our competition is not with others, our competition with
Correct.
ourselves. Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it again comes back to the same point that
Same.
we need to ensure that we achieve, to the fullest potential, our
Yes, ma'am.
potential, right? Not the potential of your neighbor, but what is Aryan's potential? You have to believe in yourself and try and discover your potential, which is only yours, right? So that's
Yes,
something
ma'am.
that we need to look at. Comment that says knowing what I'm good at is the most important thing. Absolutely. Knowing and trying to find out what you're good at. And to find out, I think you need to just start experimenting with different things, trying out different things, right? Sometimes we are in a position that we don't know what we're good at. So it'll be a good idea to pick up something randomly. It's not that we're trying to become professionals. If badminton is something that you want to try out, you don't know whether you are an ace at badminton. So try it out, maybe reading or whatever. Try different things and then see what you're good at. Okay. Thank you for that.
Ma'am,
I
I
have
would
another
like to
comment
add.
too. Let the kids, I'll come back to you. Kathy, let the kids make their own timetable in place of what we parents do. Yes, let us parents not shove that,
Yes, ma'am.
to our kids. Let them decide what they want to do and let them prepare. Because if they do it, they will be accountable for it. I try employing that as well with my children. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but that's something that we need to manage and play around with. Okay. Yes, Kathy, over to you.
I wanted to say that someone in our audience mentioned
Mhm.
that we can teach others and we learn a lot from others as well. So I
Correct.
believe that you learn more when you teach others. And I
Mm.
have a personal experience in this thing as well.
Mhm.
I have a younger brother, and
Mhm.
he's 7 years younger to me. And
Okay.
sometimes, if he needs some help, so I help him out and I teach him something, and that refreshes it in my mind, and the concept becomes like very clear than it was when I was younger. So
Right.
it helps you a lot. You can try teaching other people if you want to enhance your learning.
Absolutely. They always say that if you want to become an expert in a topic, you need to teach that topic. I remember my professors and my teacher also telling me that. Thank you. We have a comment from Zhao Nani. I hope I've pronounced that name correct. I would like to have your opinions as it's online schooling nowadays. How far do you think is Google or any kind of search engines and web browsers genuinely helpful in searching answers? So, if you can answer that, I mean, any browsers that's helpful in searching answers, that's one. Which is more authentic and quick reference? And how far do you think students are being honest with their learning and not totally depending on Google? So I think there are two parts to this. One, are there anything genuine that people can reach out to if they want to learn something? And second bit is, are they being honest with their learning and not totally depending on Google? So two parts to that. Who would like to answer this?
Ma'am, I would like to.
Sure.
There are a lot of study websites like
Mhm.
Brainly, Study Adda. I'm
Mhm.
sure you would have heard of it. But if you
Mhm.
want to actually understand the concept, I would recommend
Mhm.
Byju's. I feel that's wonderful because you actually understand the concept in depth. But
Mhm.
if you want to learn something just like from the exam point of view, like what kind of questions can come, then there's Vedantu. They have a
Mhm.
lot of videos on YouTube as well.
I I
Free
think, sorry
video.
to interrupt you, Kathy. I think these are very nice bits. Maybe we'll put it down in the chat box once we're done with the online session, so people who are browsing through can see, have the access to the links of these websites that you're just mentioning. Okay, go ahead,
Yes.
Kathy.
And the second part of your question was that are tests completely honest?
Right.
Honestly, I don't think so. That now that people have access to gadgets, they find it convenient to just Google up the answer quickly, run a Google search, and answer the question rather than trying themselves. Although I don't recommend it, and I've not done it.
Okay. But it still happens.
Yeah, it does happen. I know few people who do that, even though we are supposed to keep our videos on throughout the test, but some people just manage to do it. And yes, it is happening, to be honest.
So what do you have to say on that? Because the only thing that I can say is, well, it is happening, and I think it's something that we can live with. It's because this is a phase. This is not something that will continue. Because I'm sure more and more people would have had their fill enough of this. So as soon as they can get back to the classroom kind of environment, I'm sure people will be very happy to get back to the classroom environment. So I think this is a phase, and this will, I think we just have to accept it. Yes, they're not being honest, they're being dishonest, they're googling up the answers. So the grades that they're getting is not the actual reflection of their capability. So I think this is something that we just need to live with and deal with, is what I feel. What do you think, Yati and Aryan?
I just want to say that the satisfaction and joy that you would get by achieving those scores, like full on full,
Correct.
on your
With
own,
correct.
yes, with your own hard work, you won't get the same satisfaction and you'll feel guilty later. And so there's no point. You might be happy for that 2 minutes that, oh, yes, I got full. But then later you'll realize, and it'll not help you in the long run. So there's no point of doing it.
Yes.
Correct.
Ma'am?
Okay. Yes,
So,
Aryan.
so we can depend on Google, but not completely. So during the test, I would not recommend, browsing other websites. But maybe if you have any doubt, you can browse those topics. Maybe the starting step, you might understand what's the what the process is, and definitely afterwards you can work on it. If you don't get it, then I would recommend websites like, as Kyati mentioned, Vedantu, Byju's. I follow Byju's as I want to become a civil servant. So for the daily analysis, I watch Byju's, and then you have the exam fear. Now the name is changed to Learno Hub, because I have watched exam fear videos in 9th and 10th, and then you have the Unacademy too. So you have different websites. This will help you only in a short run, maybe, I would say, because in the long run it is you who have to put your hard work, and it's you who have to understand these things. And while attempting exams, you should not think that you will fail, because fail is nothing but first attempt in learning.
So I think certain websites, you can use it maybe to enhance your learning,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
not necessary to give you the answers or to spoon feed you, because in the long run it is not going to help you. So that's what you're saying. So all the important websites, the websites that our audience can benefit from, I'm sure we can take a list from the two of you and we can post it on the page, LinkedIn
Yes.
page. Right. So we moving to the end of the program. Any questions? Any last words from our audience? What's worked with you? What do you think are your suggestions? So we've just spoken about the academics being the major challenge. We've spoken about self-confidence and the emotional well-being being hit badly, and we also talked about how our social life is taking a big hit. Any questions or last words from the audience? And then we'll move on to you, Kathy and Aryan, for some last words before we sign off. Okay.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Okay, so while we have those comments coming in, any last words, Kathy, that you would like to say?
Well, we really hope that we could reach out to you, and maybe it was a story that you could connect to or relate to, or maybe a tip that you're very eager to try out, or maybe even the inspiration to work harder. And nowadays, our whole world revolves around a small screen, right? And the online classes are here to stay. So let's accept them. The choice is yours. Either keep crying or start trying. And we really hope that you could take back a lot from this session. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you. Thank you, Kathy, for this lovely words. Thank you, Amrita. Love the conference. Thank you, Amrita. Yes, yes, Aryan.
Yes, ma'am. So definitely I agree with Kyati. So you have to accept this fact. And, everyone knows that we are undergoing through a tough phase. So, with our positive mindset, we have to sail through difficult times and last for infinity.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
And yes.
Okay, we suggest that rather than studies knowledge, we should also have to collect other, not telling the studies correct. So it's not necessarily just looking at the studies aspect, but the other aspects as well that we need to work on. Maybe your life skills, you can work on your life skills, you can work on your hobbies, you can try out different things. So this is a time to try out different things, to check and see what you are interested in. Okay, Lekha says, very nice to hear the young students speak directly with their views on on this new normal in
Thank
schools.
you.
Yes, Lekha, it's very nice of Kathy and Aryan to share their views and help encourage their friends and fellow college students. Thank you.
I would
So,
like to thank
yes,
Sabina ma'am and Riyaz sir for giving us this wonderful opportunity. It was a really great experience and I learned a lot.
you're welcome. Welcome, Kathy. Thank you for that. Um, all right. Another comment there. Your clarity and ideation is commendable. Thank you. I'm sure the kids will be very pleased to have that come from you, Lekha ma'am. So, yes. So, last words. I think we've lost Aryan there. He might join us any minute. So, last words. I think is the key points that I kind of remember from what you've shared is one. We need to make up our minds, have the determination and set our heart to something, achieving something. We need to find that one mentor or one friend who can be our support throughout. We need to look at the social media, or we need to look at the different sites as just kind of a help rather than using that all the time. Yeah, it's a lot of points there shared by you all, and the self confidence, the self talk that you can do, and the mirror exercise that I had shared. I hope you found this session useful. We'll have more such sessions with more students coming online. Do share with us what are the glaring problems that you're facing, or what are the glaring things that you'd like to talk about. We'll have more such conversations going so we can spread the word that we need confidence. We need to reduce our stress as students. We need to elevate our confidence, reduce stress, and prevent suicides amongst the youngsters. All right. Thank you. Thank you for your time, Kathy. Thank you, everyone, for being a lovely audience. And thank you, Aryan, for joining in with us. See you. Good night. Take care. Bye. Thank you. It's been really a great session. Thank you. Thank you, Lekha, for those lovely words. Good night. Bye.
Thank you.